From a still undisclosed and still quite frigid location, this is Kurt Berglund with the third in the Gem Series best of three between the 1989 Oakland Athletics and the 1978 New York Yankees, both World Series champs. The 1978 Yankees were winners of 100 games. The 1989 Oakland Athletics were winners of 99 games. By coin flip, they won the right for the home field advantage, and that's turned out to be a big one, a big advantage for them, because the series is tied. It's a best of three, as I said. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. Game 1 was all Oakland, and of course, Game 1 was in Oakland. They pounded Ron Guidry, the 1978 Cy Young winner, and maybe the single best season of the last 50 years or so for a pitcher. They pounded him and took Game 1, but the Yankees came back, and on the strength of good pitching by Ed Figueroa and the bullpen, and a grand slam home run by Chris Chambliss, won Game 2 by a score of 4-1. So we are set for Game 3. This is it. This will decide it between these two World Series champs from different decades. So we are in Oakland. The weather is average, so it's going to be tough to get a single, and it's certainly going to be tough to drive one out of here. And we'll see how that affects the proceedings as well. Let's look at the lineups for the 1978 Yankees. It's leading off in center field is Mickey Rivers. Batting second at second base is Willie Randolph. Batting third and doing the catching is Thurman Munson. Whoops. And we have one lineup change for today. A small lineup change. Batting fourth is Reggie Jackson, and he's the DH today. I'll explain why in a minute. Batting fifth, Chris Chambliss at first base, the hero of yesterday's game. Batting sixth, Greg Nettles, the third baseman. Batting seventh, Roy White in left field today. Batting eighth is Lou Piniella, the right fielder today. And batting ninth, the bane of Red Sox fans everywhere, Bucky Dent. The pitcher on the mound for the Yankees is Catfish Hunter, nearing the end of a great career. In 1978, Catfish was 12-6 with a 3.58 ERA in 20 starts. He pitched 118 innings for the Yankees. For the 1989 Oakland Athletics. Oh, and I've moved Reggie to DH today, just on a hunch that defense range might play a factor, and so I moved Piniella from left to right, and I've got Roy White in left field today. Of course, White's problematic as well because his throwing arm, of course, was quite weak. So we'll see if that even comes into play. We have one small lineup change for the Oakland Athletics as well, but let's go through the order. Leading off in left field for Oakland is left fielder Ricky Henderson. Batting second at third base is Carney Lansford. At third base is Carney Lansford. Batting third in right field, Jose Canseco. Here's the change. Batting fourth, the DH, Dave Parker. He was batting fifth yesterday. He switched spots with this man, the first baseman, Mark McGwire, batting fifth today. Batting sixth in center field is Dave Henderson. Batting seventh at second base is Tony Phillips. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Terry Steinbach. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Walt Weiss. The Yankees in 1978 had a little bit of a running game. I thought about going with Hasse behind the plate against the left-hander Hunter, but because of Steinbach's superior throwing arm, Steinbach gets the call. We will see if that comes into play at all today as well. So, pitching for the 1989 Oakland Athletics is Bob Welch. He's a right-hander. In 1989, he went 17-8 with a 3.00 earned run average in 33 starts with 210 innings pitched for the world champs. We are ready to go. Hope you enjoy it. Please click like and subscribe if you like what you see. And leading off for the 78 Yankees is Mickey Rivers. And Mickey hits a ground ball to first base. Gloved by McGuire, who's going to take it himself for out number 1 in the first inning. Willie Randolph steps in against Bob Welch. Ground ball shortstop. Bucky Dent is going to throw to Chambliss. I'm sorry. Wrong team. Walt Weiss is going to throw to McGuire, and that's 2 down. And Thurman Munson with 2 outs in the first inning. Line drive, base hit up the middle for the captain. Thurman Munson is on board with 2 outs. And Reggie Jackson comes to plate, number 44. Looper, that's back for Weiss, and he's got it. And that will retire the side in the top of the first. The Yankees do not score. Here come the Athletics against Catfish Hunter. Ricky Henderson. Fly ball center field is going to drive Mickey back a little bit, but he's going to make the play, and that's 1 down. Carney Lansford steps in against Catfish. He takes a called 3rd strike, and that's 2 down. And Jose Canseco popped it up on the infield. That's Bucky Dent, and that's 3 outs. We have played 1 inning, and we have no score. Leading off the top of the second for the Yankees is first baseman Chris Chambliss. Line drive on a hop to Phillips. Tony's going to throw. And he will get Chambliss at first base. 1 down in the second. Greg Nettles steps up. He draws a walk off of Welch, and he's the second Yankee base runner, the first one in this inning. With 1 out, Roy White comes to bat against Welch. All hands are on deck except for the previous starting pitchers today. Fly ball center field, that's Dave Henderson. And he is on the run toward the gap, and he will not get there. It falls in. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Greg Nettles is going to score from first base. Roy White's going to take a double and be happy at second base. The Yankees start this one on top, 1-0. With 1 out and White on second, Lou Piniella steps up. Foul pop-up, Lansford in foul territory, and there's a lot of it in Oakland. He will make the play for out number 2, and Bucky Dent with a chance to drive in a run with 2 outs. This is a play for Steinbach. Terry Steinbach we have a pass ball check. Steinbach is a 1. He did not commit a pass ball, so he will make the catch on the pop out, and that retires the side for the Yankees in the second. However, on the strength of a Greg Nettles walk and a Roy White double, the Yankees lead 1-0. Go to the bottom of the second. It's Parker, McGuire, and Dave Henderson against Catfish. He strikes out Parker on a curveball. Catfish's second strikeout on the day. Mark McGuire hits one hard to the gap. Is it going to get down? It does. It's past Mickey Rivers. McGuire is going to take second, and he's in scoring position with 1 man out. He had 17 doubles in 1989. Dave Henderson steps in. Chance to tie the game or go ahead if he's going to hit a long one. He takes a called 3rd strike on a bender from Catfish Hunter. And there's 2 outs, and Phillips wants to drive in the tying run. Tony Phillips, the second baseman, popped it up, going for the long ball. Chambliss waves everybody off, and he makes the play in the bottom of the second. We go to the top of the third. The score, the 78 Yankees won, The 89 Athletics, nothing. Top of the order for New York, it's Mickey Rivers. Looper over the infield, a base hit for Mickey. He's on board. And now, let's see what we got here. Mickey stole 25 bases in 30 attempts in 1978. Willie Randolph is up. They have a lot of different options here. Mickey's going to work on his lead and see if he can get a jump. He cannot. And so Randolph, what are they going to do here? And they're going to have Randolph swing away. Ground ball short. That's Weiss. Phillips, McGuire, double play. Ooh. That's a bad one for New York. 2 outs, nobody on. Munson. Ground ball short. Weiss in a step. Throws to McGuire. And that's going to retire the side in the third. Yankees had a nice start, but don't capitalize. At the bottom of 3, it's Yankees 1, Oakland nothing. Terry Steinbach, first at bat in this one. Line drive, base hit, Steinbach up the middle. Walt Weiss. LaRussa's pondering his options. The corners are going to play in for the Yankees, expecting a bunt. Weiss is going to try and lay one down. He does. And we have a wild pitch chance. It's not a wild pitch. Weiss is going to try and lay one down. And he does. It's to Chambliss. Chambliss is going to flip to Randolph, and the sacrifice is complete. Steinbach moves up to second base. And with 1 man out and Steinbach on second, Rickey Henderson digs in. Ricky's got a chance to tie the game. Steinbach not fleet of foot. The pitch to Rickey. Ground ball third. That's Nettles. Greg Nettles. Nettles checks the runner and makes the throw across to Chambliss, and that retires the side. Or that's 2 outs. Sorry, 2 outs. And Carney Lansford, with Steinbach still in scoring position. Lansford, chance to drive him in. Ground ball third, another chance for Nettles. He throws to Chambliss, and that retires the side. We've completed 3 innings. And the 78 Yankees are leading the 89 Athletics 1-0. For the Yankees, the visiting team, Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles in the 4th. He strikes out on a Welch heater, shades of the 1978 World Series. Chambliss. Ground ball first. That's McGuire. He's going to flip it to Welch, and that's 2 down. And Nettles. Fly ball center. Going to drive Henderson back a few steps, but he's got lots of room at Oakland. And that is going to retire the side in the 4th. That's Welch's first 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 4th with the 78 Yankees still leading 1-0. Hit deep for Canseco. That's way back. That's way back. And we have a tie game. Jose Canseco defies the odds at Oakland Alameda County Stadium and goes deep to tie the game at 1. Catfish Hunter gonna try and shake that off. Parker steps in. Fly to right. That's Piniella. That's Lou Piniella. Lou Piniella makes the play. And 1 down in the 4th. Mark McGuire hit a double in the 2nd. He's 1 for 1 today. He draws a walk-off catfish. Dave Henderson, 0 for 1 today with a strikeout, back in the 2nd. Ground ball 3rd, that's Nettles. They're going to try for 2. Nettles to Randolph, 1. Randolph to Chambliss, not in time. Dave Henderson beats it out. And with 2 outs and Henderson on first now, it's Tony Phillips. And Tony strikes out on a Hunter's curveball. That retires the Athletics in the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th. We've decided nothing. The score is 1-1. 78 Yankees, bottom 3rd. Coming up this inning, Roy White, Lou Piniella, Bucky Dent. Fly ball to right. That's Canseco. He's got it for out number 1. Lou Piniella, 1 out, nobody on. Popped it up. Walt Weiss calls everybody off, makes the play. That's 2 down. And Bucky Dent strikes out on a Welch fastball. Welch has retired the last 8 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Yankees 1, Athletics 1. We're playing Super Advanced, in case you're interested. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. Terry Steinbach strikes out on a Hunter curveball. So Catfish has 5 Ks on the day. Walt Weiss stands in, 9th place hitter. He bunted back in the 3rd inning. Ground ball second, that's Willie Randolph. Gonna throw to Chambliss, and that's 2 down. With 2 down and nobody on, Ricky Henderson. Ground ball short, that's Dent. The throw to Chambliss is in time for the 3rd out. Keeping Ricky off the bases, obviously a major priority for New York, and he's 0 for 3 today. Top of the 6th, we're tied at 1. Bob Welch still on the mound for Oakland. Mickey Rivers, top of the order, 1 for 2 today. Rivers, Randolph, and Munson are due up. Comebacker to Welch. He flips to McGuire, and that's 9 in a row. Randolph, 0 for 2 today. Popped it up. Terry Steinbach flips off the mask. He's going to take it in foul territory for out number 2. And Thurman Munson, ground ball second base. Tony Phillips. Tony Phillips makes the play to first to McGuire, and that will retire the Yankees in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. We got Lansford, Canseco, and Parker. Lyle and Tidrow are ready for the Yankees. Lyle and Tidrow are ready in the Yankee bullpen. We're not quite to Goose Gossage time, but we're getting there. For the Athletics, it's Lansford, Canseco, and Parker in the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 1. Carney's 0 for 2. Ground ball short, that's Bucky Dent. And Bucky's going to make the play for out number 1. Look at Hunter. Hunter's retired 6 in a row. Canseco homered in the 4th to tie the game. He's 1 for 2. It's hit deep. It's way back. Did he get it? White back to the wall, and he makes the catch. Roy White, with his back to the wall, hauled in that drive by Canseco. Dave Parker's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout. Ground ball, Bucky Dent. And Bucky Dent makes the play to first. That retires the Athletics in the 6th. We go to the 7th. We've decided nothing. 78 Yankees 1, 89 Athletics 1. All right, let's see what we got here. Jackson, Chambliss, and Nettles. Welch is on a roll. LaRusse is going to stick with him. But Rick Honeycutt is loose in the bullpen. Reggie strikes out on more Welch. Gas. 1 down in the 7th. Chambliss is 0 for 2. Gas. 2 down. Nettles 0 for 1 with a walk. He scored the Yankee run. He draws a walk. Welch very fired up this inning. Roy White 1 for 2. He drove in the Yankee run. Hit to the gap. It's in there. It's in there. Gonna roll to the wall. Nettles around third. They're gonna wave him. The throw is gonna come home. There's gonna be a play at the plate. Henderson to Weiss. Weiss home to Steinbach. Nettles the slide. He is safe. And the Yankees take the lead 2-1. Now Gene Nelson will join Rick Honeycutt in the Oakland bullpen. But Welch is going to be left in to try and get Piniella. White takes his lead. He's got 2 doubles and 2 ribbies on the day. Piniella's 0 for 2. Piniella with a shot. That's down the line. Canseco's going to have to go collect it in the corner. It's going to drive home White. Piniella will take his place at second base with a double, and the 78 Yankees lead by a score of 3-1. Welch suddenly is out of gas. That's going to do it for Welch. They're going to go to Gene Nelson. There is a question as to whether Nelson is fully loose. He's only been throwing for a few minutes, but he will take the mound against Bucky Dent. The pitch to Bucky with Piniella on second. Ground ball second. That's Phillips. And he throws to McGuire for the third out. But, the New York Yankees score 2 in the top of the 7th off starting pitcher Bob Welch. La Russa didn't get him out in time. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's McGuire, Dave Henderson, and Tony Phillips. Hunter has retired 8 in a row. Hunter has retired 8 in a row. They're going to leave him in. McGuire leads off. Tidrow is loose. Tidrow is ready to go in the bullpen for the Yankees. Ground ball short off of McGuire's bat. That's Bucky Dent, who throws to Chambliss for the out. 1 down. 9 in a row for Catfish. Dave Henderson, 0 for 2 today. Fly ball center. That's 2 down for Oakland in the 7th. And Tony Phillips comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. And that's a looper. Nope, that's a ground ball. Sorry, Willie Randolph going to make the play to Chambliss, and that'll retire the side. We're going to the 8th. Gene Nelson is still in for Oakland. And Dennis Eckersley is ready in the pen for the A's. And Mickey Rivers will lead off against Nelson here in the top of the 8th. Mickey Rivers. Leading off, he's 1 for 3. and he ropes a base hit, and that one's going to get all the way into the corner. Canseco is going to collect it, but look at Mickey Rivers' run. He's going to get all the way to third with a standing triple. He's on third with a triple. That's going to do it for Nelson, and LaRusse is going to call for Eckersley to come on in the top of the 8th. There's nobody out. Eckersley is on. The infield is in. Willie Randolph is 0 for 3 today. The Yankees lead 3-1. They want that insurance run. Pitch to Randolph. Fly ball to right. Fly ball to right. Canseco makes the catch. The throw home for Mickey is not in time, and Willie Randolph gets a sac fly, driving home a big insurance run. It's 4-1 Oakland. It's 4-1 New York, excuse me. 4-1, 78 Yankees. Now with one man out, Munson, 1 for 3 on the day. Ground ball short, that's Weiss, 2 down. And Reggie Jackson, 0 for 3 with 2 whiffs on the day. He has a third whiff, and that retires the side, but New York adds a critical insurance run. It's 4-1, 78 Yankees. Goose Gossage is now ready in the bullpen for New York. 4-1. Goose is ready. Steinbach leads off. He's 1 for 2 off Catfish. We're in the 8th. Struck him out on a curveball. Catfish coming up big in another big game. 2, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Catfish today. He's only allowed 3 Oakland hits. Walt Weiss is due. He will not bat. Coming up for Walt Weiss will be Ken Phelps. Ken Phelps is going to bat for Weiss. With one man out in the 8th. Ken Phelps in 1989 hit .242 with 7 home runs in 194 at-bats. The pitch to Ken is hit deep. That's way back. That's way back. That is gone. And Ken Phelps has cut the lead to 4-2 now. And that's going to do it for Catfish. Gossage is going to get the call and attempt to get a 5-out save. It's 4-2, 78 Yankees. It's 4-2, 78 Yankees. Ricky Henderson coming up. He's 0 for 3 today. There's one man out and nobody on in the 8th. Ground ball first. Chambliss is going to take it unassisted, and that's 2 down. And Gossage to Lansford. Line drive, base hit, back up the middle. That's a single for Carney. With 2 outs and Canseco coming to the plate, we have a confrontation between Jose Canseco and Goose Gossage. In 1989, Canseco hit 17 home runs in 227